All right, today we're diving into one of the absolute best events in cricket, the ICC Under-19 World Cup. And trust me, this is way more than just another tournament. It's the place where future legends are made. Let's get right into it.
So, have you ever wondered where the next generation of cricket superstars actually comes from? Where do we first see the players who are going to light up the World Cup or the IPL down the road?
Well, it happens right here, on the biggest stage there is for youth cricket, with everyone fighting for that one ultimate prize. This is where raw, incredible talent gets tested under serious pressure. It's where stars are truly born.
And that's really the heart of it all. This tournament is the #1 spot for finding cricket's next big names. I mean, think about some of the greatest players in the game today. So many of them got their big break right here, at an Under-19 World Cup.
Make no mistake, this is the premier youth tournament in the world. Period. It pulls in the most promising young cricketers from literally every corner of the globe and puts them head-to-head. For the players, it's a life-changing opportunity. And for us, it's a fantastic preview of which countries are building the strongest teams for the future.
So, with all that in mind, let's focus on what's next, the 2026 U19 World Cup. Here's everything you need to know about the main event.
It all kicks off with 16 teams. And these aren't just any teams. They're the best of the best youth squads from all over, each one having battled through some seriously tough qualifications just to get here.
This time around, the action is going to be split between two host nations, bringing all that excitement and that unique World Cup atmosphere to the fans in Southern Africa.
And at the end of the day, after all the travel, all the training, and all the intense games, it all boils down to one thing: getting your hands on that single, beautiful trophy and calling yourselves world champions. Okay, let's put some names to those numbers. The tournament is being co-hosted by Zimbabwe and Namibia. Mark your calendars for January 15th to February 6th, 2026. The grand final? That's going down at the legendary Harare Sports Club. But here's something really special. Tanzania is making its first ever appearance. What a massive moment for Tanzanian cricket. That's just awesome. So how do you actually get to that final? Well, after the first round of group matches, things get really intense with the Super 6 stage. It's pretty straightforward. The top 3 teams from each of the 4 groups move on. This kicks off a whole new phase where every single match is crucial on that road to the semis.
All right, so who's playing who right out of the gate? Let's break down the groups. This is where the journey to glory really begins, and you can bet we'll see some early signs of who the real contenders are, and maybe a few upsets.
So here they are, the official groups. Group A looks absolutely stacked with a powerhouse like India, plus Bangladesh, the USA, and New Zealand. Over in Group B, you've got co-host Zimbabwe up against giants like Pakistan and England. The defending champs, Australia, are in Group C. And check out Group D. The debutants Tanzania have a tough road ahead against the likes of the West Indies and South Africa.
Now, you know what's really fascinating about this draw? It's what's missing. The tournament's biggest rivalry, India versus Pakistan, won't be happening in the group stage. They've been kept apart, which honestly just builds the hype for a potential knockout match later on. Can you imagine?
So how do these teams even get ready for a tournament with stakes this high? The journey's a long one for sure, but those last few months of prep, that's often where champions are really made.
One of the best ways to see who's in good form is to watch the U19 Asia Cup. It's basically a massive warm-up event. How teams play there gives us huge clues about who's hitting their stride at the perfect time and building that critical momentum heading into the World Cup.
And if you want an example of the kind of talent we're talking about, just look at India's opener, Vaibhav Suryawanshi. The guy smashed an unbelievable 56-ball century in the Asia Cup. That's the kind of performance that gets you noticed, fast. He is definitely a player to keep your eye on.
And finally, you can't really look to the future without understanding the past. This tournament has such a rich history, creating this incredible legacy of champions that every new team is just hoping to become a part of. Let's just quickly rewind to the last final back in 2024. It was an absolute classic, 2 of cricket's biggest names going at it. In the end, Australia beat India by 79 runs. It was a tough, hard-fought final that gave them the championship down in South Africa.
That massive win gave Australia their 4th U19 World Cup title. I mean, that is an incredible achievement.
It really solidifies them as one of the true juggernauts of youth cricket, a team that just keeps producing amazing talent.
But there's still one team that has them beat. With a record-breaking 5 championships, India remains the most successful nation in the tournament's entire history. And that just sets up a fantastic storyline for 2026, right? The current champs, Australia, against the historic powerhouse, India.
So when you put it all together, the stage is perfectly set for an unforgettable tournament. You've got a dominant champion in Australia, a historical powerhouse in India, and an absolutely inspiring underdog story with Tanzania making their debut. It's all there. The only question left is, who's going to write the next chapter?